What's going on YouTube? It's Ben Nader and I'm back with another video, guys, and I will have this beard shaved by tomorrow, mark my words. So thanks for checking out my channel. I really appreciate all of you guys who have subscribed so far. If you're not a subscriber yet, we talk about entrepreneurship, staffing, recruiting, starting businesses, and all the pains that go along with growth and new entrepreneurial ventures for people. So if you like that kind of talk, definitely subscribe to the channel right now. If you're already a subscriber, just go ahead and like this video for good measure. I'd really appreciate it. So let's dive right into today's topic, which is fear. So this is a huge one and we could unpack this for like a billion years, but I decided to go into a few key elements related to starting a recruiting agency and other businesses in general that fear relates to. And fear ultimately, as we all know, is just a made-up construct that you really shouldn't be paying attention to. So pay attention to this video and it will help you out with your fear issues. So number one, people have the biggest fear about becoming an entrepreneur or getting into business or starting a new venture or just doing anything that is step one towards becoming your own boss and having a business, right? So there's like a mind shift that needs to happen to this, right? So I need you to understand that the fear of becoming an entrepreneur or starting a business, getting into an entrepreneurial venture, whatever it may be, that fear is never going to go away. Like, surprise, newsflash, that fear doesn't go away. That uncomfortable, like, I don't know about this, like that doesn't stop. That doesn't ever go away. But what happens is it gets lesser and lesser and it gets suppressed as you move on. So what happens is you just gain confidence as you take the first, second, third step and you move on, you start getting clients and you start doing business. Those fears become suppressed. So I had those fears when I first started my agency and I first started getting clients and, I don't know if I'm going to perform well. I don't know if I'm going to fail at this and just flunk out or if they're going to think I'm crazy or whatever. But everything got suppressed once I was successful and actually landing candidates for my clients and doing right by them and all that. But there's no getting rid of this fear. So just understand that jumping into entrepreneurship, you can't get rid of the fear. You can suppress it though with your confidence building and doing the right thing. So just dive right in. I mean, that's the only way to do it. Just dive right in, gain success, get momentum, no matter how long it takes. Like, that's a true entrepreneur thing too. So understand that, like, you need to go at this for however long it takes. Like, you can't just say, I tried to get clients for a month and it didn't work. You might need 3 months. Like, no one knows. Like, it's different for everybody, right? If you're 6, 7 months in and you haven't made like one iota of progress, like, take a look in the mirror and understand there's probably some things that are holding you back. But at the end of the day, entrepreneurship fears are never going to go away, but you can suppress them ultimately once you start gaining a ton of confidence. And when you're at this peak level and you gained a ton of confidence after closing deals, making money in your venture, those fears are going to be so suppressed that you won't even recognize them anymore. But they really never go away. So just remember that. If you're on the cusp of like jumping right into something and you want to start a recruiting agency like I did a year and a half ago, thinking about it and being like, I don't know, might fail. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. The thing is, there's nothing stopping you. All you have to do is just take step one and take it from there. And the fears suppress themselves step by step. So just remember that. Some of the biggest successful people in recruiting in general, you don't even need to like remind yourself. Like, I can remind you, I've done this, other people have done this, like millions of people have done this and been really, really successful in recruiting. So you don't need to have fears of your success. You have testaments of it everywhere. Like, just check out Facebook groups, just check out YouTube. You're watching this video right now and I'm telling you about my history. I've told you about everything I've done and scaled to 6 figures. Like, take those testaments and use them as part of your confidence building. Like, because ultimately, like I said, like, this stuff doesn't go away. You just suppress it and you end up being successful yourself. And so your belief system changes as you understand that. So a big part of that is just taking the testaments that you see from people here and there and understanding, like, that guy did it, that girl did it. Like, they did 250K last year. That guy did $500,000 last year. They scaled to 6 figures in 6 months. Like, wow. Like, you know, take those and run with those testaments. Those are confidence builders, right? So the next thing is anxieties and roadblocks, and your own mentality, like coming into something like entrepreneurship. Like, everyone has these. Okay, so this is just natural, right? It's a fight or flight thing. We always have these natural tendencies to just be averse to things that are risky or new, foreign, whatever you want to say, things that aren't really like natural to us, like a job where we collect a check every 2 weeks. It's very systematic, and it's very robotic, and it's very slave-like. But here's the deal. Entrepreneurship is extremely foreign. Understand that your mind will fight it off a little bit, but you have to stay fast to the concept and understand that at the end of the day, your payoff is way bigger than just becoming an employee and staying an employee for the rest of your life. So overcoming, like, you know, anxieties and the mental roadblocks that are in your head, like, just understand that everyone has these. They're natural. Expect them and expect to fight them off, and know that you're going to have to fight them off. And this is why, like, everyone waits. This is why so many people wait so long to get going on something, is because their own mind is imprisoning them to actually not doing anything. And that fear can literally cripple you, and you'll never do anything for the rest of your life. You'll retire and you'll just exist, and then you'll die. So basically, unless you go after it, take step one, nothing will ever happen. So, I mean, this is a really candid conversation about fear, guys, but these are all the truths and things that I've experienced personally myself in starting my recruiting agency and getting it to 6 figures. And all of these things came into my way, right? Like, you know, the fear of failure of being an entrepreneur, all of the looking at people around me and seeing what's going on around me and doing all the comparisons. And that's the next thing I wanted to talk about, right? The exterior thoughts and the comparison thoughts and that environment that you're in. Like, we're all on Instagram, we're all on Facebook, we're all looking at these people like, you know, I closed X amount in X amount of days, right? Like, I told you I did 6 figures in 6 months, right? Like, you might think that's insane or unattainable or whatever, right? But here's the thing. Don't compare yourself to it. Just think how you can actually do that. Don't compare what you are right now and say, I could never get to that spot. No, understand that you can get to that spot and think about the pathway rather than just being like angry or, you know, averse to even trying just because you're upset that like someone else did it or someone else is at that level and you're not there right now. That can be hugely damaging to your mindset and your ego, really, which is what you need when you're starting a business. You have to have a strong ego and being able to go after things, you know, from an eagle's perspective, with talents, you know, strong talents, like going into things and just ripping it up and just getting your deals and making choices on your own and not worrying about having a boss and all that stuff. But when you compare yourself to all these people, to your current status, that's when you're going to go down real quick. So that's not going to work. So make sure that you're just putting everything out of your mind, that, you know, all the exterior stuff that you see, whether it's family, friends, or, you know, like whoever it is that shoots this down, or if it's just your own mind looking at stuff on Facebook and thinking about your own job and like your own security safety net and stuff, and you're making comparisons and being like, well, if I go into that, then I'm going to be losing this and this and that and whatever. Yeah, guess what? It was weird when I bought my own health insurance and started, you know, becoming a real entrepreneur. It was weird, but I did it in like 20 minutes and it was done. And that's it. Like, I have my own health insurance now. I'm not an employee. So that's how that works. Like, it's a change. It's a mindset shift. So understand that, expect that, know that that's going to happen, and just do it. Just put things in perspective and understand that you might not be 6 figures in 6 months right now, but once you take step one and you actually start to execute on some of the things, you cold outreach to people, you get a couple of deals, trust me, the momentum starts there. Like, that's where you'll be once you start getting into the zone. Like, you will be in a very entrepreneurial zone at that point. So I guess like the ultimate takeaway that I could give you just in this one particular video. And I know this is bouncing around a little bit about fears and things like that, but I feel like somebody needs to hear this. Probably a couple people need to hear this. But the ultimate takeaway is just start doing something. Do one thing. I read something recently where it was like, if you want to start working out, just do one push-up. If you want to start drinking more water, just grab a glass of water and drink a glass of water. If you want to go on a walk, just go outside and take a 5-minute walk. You can start today with those steps. Tomorrow is a new day, and you can double up your efforts, and you can maintain from there, and you can expand. Just start. That's the entire concept. So just do step one. Just take some action. Action builds upon action, and that creates momentum, and that creates confidence, and ultimately that creates your entire entrepreneurship venture and your business, and hopefully your successful, huge revenue generating machine that comes after that, and you no longer being an employee. So anyways, guys, I think that's helpful. I hope that's helpful. Tell me in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. I'll be coming at you tomorrow on Wednesday with another video, and definitely give me some ideas in the comments. If you guys want to know something in particular, recruiting, staffing, whatever it is. I know that I'm talking to a lot of you guys on what is now the six-figure recruiter page. And so shoot me a message on there and let me know if you have a really good concept or something you want to discuss. I'll do a video about it. So subscribe if you're not a subscriber, like the video, and I'll catch you guys on Wednesday. All right, take care. Later.